What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of You for Rurouni Kenshin. This is episode 30, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah. Um. Well, this entire episode just mainly focuses on Sanosuke. After, well, I mean, we've seen Sanosuke trying to get to Kyoto, but over the last couple episodes, he's mostly been lost, just navigating through a forest. Each and every time we catch up to him. But in this episode, we finally see what he's been doing. While Kenshin and the others are headed to Kyoto in their own way. So Sanosuke is, of course, he comes across a Buddhist monk, this just camping out in the forest, who he catches in an eye of his abilities when he first meets him, and he reveals what was it? He reveals this secret technique that allows him to negate the resistance in a target, uh, which which he gives an example by showing Sanosuke how to essentially just disintegrate a stone rather than just break it in small pieces.
Yeah. So this character, like he says, he's something like he's called a fallen monk. So he's a monk, I guess, that had uh, ignored one of the teachings of Buddha, and that's why he's referred to as that.
Yeah,
Um, So yeah, he's just been, I guess, training out in the woods, and like Sanosuke, of course, we know he wants to get stronger, so he's decided that he's going to try and follow this or try to learn this technique on his own
yeah,
to smash stones or to smash a rock with his bare hands. Um, but the main reason for this is he wants to be able to be as strong as Kenshin, or as try to uh, be of use to Kenshin. So he decides that he's going to give himself, I guess, a week. Or well, the monk says that if he can learn the technique in a week, or if he
I
can't
think
learn the technique in a week, that
yeah, I think
he would die.
I think he first tells Sanosuke that he has to get this done within a month. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Sanosuke wants to get this done in 1 week to master it, and and so yeah, for at least I guess the first several days that Sanosuke is struggling to, I guess to master this at first, while at the same time he's just badly damaging his right hand over and over and over. For each time he just punches a stone to try to disintegrate it, but to pretty much to nearly no avail. And then over and over, the monk just checks up on him, whether or not if he's even capable of succeeding. And when the 7 day time limit is about to expire, the monk really is giving him several chances to reconsider, and is willing to to let him live if he can just keep the secret of the technique.
Yeah. Um, and also we see like Sanosuke having a conversation, I guess, with like a vision of what was it, like his former captain. Um, the basically his captain is, I guess, is kind of like his almost as like his own subconscious is like telling him to give up, that he doesn't have to go so far, and uh, Sagura is basically like I'm going to do this anyway. And the monk even tries to tell him that he can back out of it, like he doesn't have to do it. He would let him leave if he just keeps the secret of the, I guess, the technique that he saw.
Yeah,
Um, but he decides he's going to just through sheer willpower, I guess, try to do it. And the monk eventually finds him on the seventh day, just like laid down or spread out like the monk, I guess, assumes he's dead, but of course he's not. And the monk doesn't believe that he's mastered the technique yet. But of course, so he shows the monk that he's able to just completely smash a giant stone with his bare hand. Even though now his hand is just completely messed up. Like, because we see his hand just looks worse and worse throughout the episode until at the seventh day it just looks completely mangled. But yeah, I guess he's still manages to use his hand to smash through a rock.
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
But yeah, so of course to the surprise of the monk, like the monk did not expect him to learn it so fast. Um, and like we get the real name or of course, Sagura gives the monk his name, and the monk, I forgot what the monk's name was. Like he gives
I
him
think
his name.
his name is Yukizan Anji.
Yeah, which of course we eventually find out by the end of the episode he is one of the 10. What was it? The 10 swords of Kyoto. Um,
Yeah,
and he's recruited by uh
by Sojiro.
yeah, Sojiro.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean that was like a pretty interesting twist in the end. I mean, knowing that, Sanosuke not really knowing that, that the person that he was learning from is potentially going to be an enemy that's going to be fighting against him and Kenshin soon. Um,
Mm.
yeah, but the overall episode, like, it just felt like went by really fast. I mean, mostly just focusing on Sanosuke the entire time, and just the entire episode was just him literally trying to, disintegrate a stone to dust, and that was it. So
I mean, I guess it was a nice change of pace considering we've just been focusing on Kenshin
yeah,
for the most part. Um, and when it did go back to Sagura, it was just him kind of aimlessly wandering around. So at least he had something to do in this episode. Um, but yeah, it was just him training, and that was like the whole episode. Was him just trying to figure out how to smash, just trying to smash a rock.
yeah, I guess in a way for him to be just as strong as Kenshin, and I guess to some degree, I guess, but yeah,
Yeah.
it just felt like, went by pretty quickly, and I'm curious to wonder, like, what they're gonna do with some of the other characters. If we're either gonna go back to Kenshin, or are we gonna get to to see Kaoru again, because she's
Yeah.
also headed to Kyoto as well.
I mean, I would like for them to go back to her after this because we haven't really seen much of her either.
Hmm.
So I mean, it would make sense if they did because now I guess they pointed out that I guess that Sagra is a lot closer to Kyoto. So I guess maybe they could go back to Kaoru and show that maybe she's about to get closer to Kyoto as well. So then they would be like really close to where Kenshin is. And when we rejoin Kenshin. But yeah, I thought it was an okay episode, but yeah, it just felt like I mean it made sense because we haven't seen Sagura in a while. We didn't know what he was doing. Um, but it was just Sagura training for the most part, and that was like the whole episode.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. I don't really have much else to say about the episode though. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, it just felt like it was an okay episode, but it felt like it just went by pretty quickly, and much of this episode just mainly the entire episode was just Sagara just like trying to, at least punch his stone to dust, and that was
Mm,
it. I mean, which he eventually does succeed, but on the seventh day like he promised,
yeah.
uh, but yeah, I think what just the more interesting twist, it was the monk that he was learning the technique from is, of course, a potential enemy in an upcoming episode.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, guys. So that all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.